All right, guys. 8:35 on this beautiful, beautiful December 14th, Wednesday. Welcome, everybody. If you're a guest on the line today, thank you for being here. Welcome to Keep It Moving Group Coaching. This session is all about collective wisdom. It's about vulnerability, and it's about making sure that we're coming together as a group to be better as a group and as individuals. And so, before we get started, we had a special birthday with Andrew. I didn't even know it was his birthday until we hopped off of coaching. I called them, but I do know that it's someone else's birthday today. Our very own Jeff Phillips, it's his birthday today. The kids went in and surprised him, but he wasn't sleeping. He was still awake. He just wanted to be cute for them. So Jeff, my man, happy birthday to you. Wishing you the best lap around the sun ever. I'm going to actually turn the mic over to you, big dog, and have you take us out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning. So happy birthday, are you a Sagittarius? Is this still Sagittarius?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The great philosophers. Yes. Man, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the tribe. Continue to lean on your tribe. Continue to go out and apply yourself to this grind because it'll pay off. I promise you it will. I took some time where I was just reflecting and getting back to self and figuring out what this discipline will give me. And it's already paid off. It's already within a couple of weeks of just being like, no, fuck it. I'm going to apply myself. I'm going to hunker down and apply myself. Cash buyer came into our open house with Omar. We're figuring out the offer right now. So it's just apply yourself, put yourself in those spaces, put yourself in the ability to have those blessings flow. And then also, if you're struggling, if you're going through anything, if you are having a tough time, lean on your people. We love you. I love you. I believe in you. I promise you got everything to get through any trials, tribulations that you are going through, but do not go through it alone. Just like Elias says, don't go through this next year and try to grow alone. Same thing with any mental health, any problems that you're coming up against. I promise you the tribe has the strength to lift you up. I love you guys.
Man, we love you too, brother, and happy birthday to you. And I know where some of this probably comes from. Obviously, Jeff is a super spiritual dude, but I don't know if you guys saw in the news today, Twitch passed away and they think maybe it was a suicide, but it's just like, hit somebody up in your life, like call somebody, let them know that, hey, you're here for them. You just wanted to say hello. We just never know, right? We never know exactly what people are going through in their personal lives. And so, Jeff, I really, really appreciate that message. I've lost several people in my life, unfortunately, due to suicide. And so I know that hits home for me and it hits home for other people on this call today, man. So just check in with your people today, ask them, see how they're doing, and don't let a like or a comment on social media be your form of interaction or the only form of interaction. Sometimes people need to hear from you. My mom was in the hospital yesterday. Fortunately, mom is home. She's feeling good. She's all right, but you just never know. You just never know. So Jeff, happy birthday to you. Appreciate you being here. Let's go ahead and get rolling in today's coaching session. I'm going to mute a couple of people because I'm getting some background noise. All right, cool. So a lot of thoughts today. I want to share some sentiment with you and I want to open the mic up to you guys, but I also want to share this with you before we get started. As we grow in this platform and Keep It Moving continues to grow, and as we walk into 2023, obviously we're going to have a new lineup of guests coming in. The National Association of Realtors president is going to be our guest right after the new year. But as we grow this platform, I want to give you guys the opportunity to not only continue to have a voice, but be able to elongate the messages that you create here. I've heard and I've learned so many things from you guys and your contributions. Well, what I want to do is I want to start timestamping those things. So say Romel says something that's fire. Say Dominique says something that's fire. Say Colton gets on the mic and says something that's really powerful. Well, what I want to do is I want to start timestamping those. I'm going to have our VAs go back in, find that clip, turn that clip into a reel with captions, and then send it back to each of you for you guys to use on your social media. Now, this can attract other agents, not only to the team, but to the company, but it also shares with consumers that, wow, this person actually has a strategy. They're doing next level things to market their homes. They are like Joellen, like Lucy, doing huge things within their community. So I want the ability to help you guys build, but I need something from you guys. if you guys are going to be in this space and you guys want to contribute, which I totally want, all that I ask is that you guys are here, you're present, you have your cameras on, because I'm not going to create a reel with your face not on the camera. Obviously, you guys need to be present. You guys need to be here. So I want to make sure that you guys are growing, and I want to make sure that we're taking all these beautiful things that come out of here. And instead of just having clips that are in the newsletter, I want these to be something that you guys can put on your wall that can live and live and live and really take people through the seasons of your change, your growth, and your contribution. So if you guys were cool with that, please give me a thumbs up or give me a reaction on the screen down below if you guys are down with that. All right, cool. And I appreciate that, because I promise you that's going to be a great way for you to continue to build your brand in 2023. So let's do this, you guys. I want to ask a quick question just to get our thoughts rolling, just to get our mind going, and just to get our lyrics warmed up. As we're walking into the new year in the next couple of years, and we're not going to do a full recap because I'm going to save that for the last Wednesday of the month. But when you look at your habits right now and you look at your routine or lack thereof, what is not serving you right now that you will leave in the rear view mirror in 2023? And I want to hear from 5 people on this topic. And if you guys can, just share. Look at your habits, look at your routine or your lack thereof, and what is not serving you right now, and what are you going to be leaving in the rear view in 2023? We all have something, whether it's sweets, whether it's lack of discipline, whether it's not calendaring, whether it's not making money, whatever it is. I want to hear from you guys. So who wants to go first? All I need is 5 people to contribute on that question. Who's going to be the first person to take themselves off of mute and answer that question? What is something that is not serving you that you are going to leave in the rearview mirror in 2023?
I can go.
All right, cool. So was that Ophelia first? I heard 2 people chime in at the same time.
Go ahead, Ophelia.
Linda.
All right, cool. We'll go Linda, Chris, Ophelia, Dominique, and then one other person bring it home. So let's go.
So for me, it's procrastination. I'll put all kinds of stuff that I'm gonna do, and then I procrastinate and don't get it done. So procrastination is out the door, like bye.
Ooh, I like that. She said it's out the door, bye. I'm glad that you said that, because I mentioned this the other day. There's a TED Talk that I want you guys to watch, and it's done by, let's see if I can get this guy right here. His name is Tim Urban. I don't know if you've ever seen that session, but it's inside the mind of a master procrastinator. It is a really, really good session. Highly recommend that you watch it. It's fun. It's really easy to listen to. Highly recommend it. But you know what, Linda, I 100% stand in your corner on that. I appreciate you sharing. Let's go over to Ophelia. Ophelia, what's your contribution on this topic?
Me as in Vargas or Pena?
Yes, Vargas. Sorry. You had raised your hand. I didn't see it. Yeah.
I think this come around is just the execution. I have so many ideas, and quite frankly, I stop myself. It's one of those that you get in your head and you let time pass, and then you say, all right, well, the time has passed, moving on to the next great idea that I don't execute. So it's just that execution. And I am getting an accountability partner, because when I have a deadline and a timeline, it just seems to like energize me and like get it going. But I've yet to find someone that can keep up with me with that accountability partner. So that's that.
I got you, Ophelia.
Uh-oh.
Who is that?
I think that was, who was that? Was that George?
George.
Of course it is. Love you, boy. Okay.
All right. Here's the thing, Ophelia, and here's what I've learned over the last couple of years, and particularly in my time working with Kenny. Obviously, Kenny and I are on complete different planets in regards to personality, and that's why I love the dude so much. But what we have really learned in working together is it's speed to thought, but it's speed to execution. And here's the thing, not everything is going to work, but it's okay. There's been so many things that I look back on and be like, all right, let's make a decision. Let's do that. Let's move forward. Cool. And then we look back a month later. Did it work? No, it's all right. We have new things going on. So speed to thought, but also speed to execution has been one of the reasons why we've been able to grow at the level that we have grown to. We're at a meeting, we're at a conference, we're in a mastermind, and we'll hear one thing. And by the time that 8-hour session is done, something is already in the works. It's already in our senior leadership channel. We're already working on it behind the scenes. So don't think about it. Don't sit on it too long, because here's the thing too, you guys. If you wait too long to execute a certain idea, topic, thought, campaign, whatever it is, that campaign, thought, idea, topic, whatever it is, it might expire in regards to its relevancy to the market, because the market is changing every day. I'm sure you guys have sat on cool ideas and thoughts of a video, and then you get ready to launch that video and you see that video being circulated, and now it's not even a good time for that video. You're like, it's not the good time for it. So when you think about it, just speed to execution. And I absolutely love that, Ophelia. Good stuff. Chris Edwards, let's hear from you, big dog. Once again, the question is, look at your habits, look at your routine or your lack thereof. What is not serving you and what we leave in the rear view mirror in 2023? Let's hear from you, big dog.
Okay, so I was going to say procrastination, but I'm going to change it to effort, because I put all the, my intentions are there. I start whatever the task is, and then I don't, do it all the way. So I'm gonna use a sports analogy. Like, say if you're doing, you're running during liners and you don't go all the way to the line. A lot of the times I don't go all the way to the line and touch the line. Sometimes I might stop in between the line, the free throw line, and the out of bounds line. And that's not serving me, while everyone else around me is going to go touch that line. That's where they're being successful. So I would say put more effort into everything that I'm doing, and also stop being so emotional about things, because you don't know what someone else is going through. So if something happens to you, get out your feelings, bro. And a lot of people on our team, Cortez, Otis, Nicole, Penland, a lot of people, they help out. Karina, Moley, I want to shout out you guys for helping me with accountability. And those are things that going into the new year, I'm going to cut out.
Ooh, man, I love that. I absolutely love that. Man, I look at life and I look at business, and I try to always correlate that to something personal. I really look at, like, what would I do as a parent? And let me just give you an example, right? I'm not going to not touch the line for my son. I'm not going to not touch the line for my daughters, right? Like, I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to touch that line. I'm going to smack that line. I'm going to hit that line. And I'm going to go back and do it again, because that's the commitment level that I have. Imagine you take that same level of commitment that you have with Christiana to every single thing that you do, bro. Like nothing, like you'll touch that line for your daughter. Like, I'm goosebump talking about this, bro. I know how much she means to you, man. And so I appreciate you saying that. I truly, truly appreciate you saying that, because how many of you have ever struggled with, I have the effort, I have the gumption, I want to do this, I'm in the game, but I just don't follow through with all of the effort. Has it ever happened to any of you? Let's be honest. Appreciate now the honesty is coming. So, man, Chris, I appreciate that, bro. And you have a family of people around you that want to hold you accountable and be here for you, bro. So I appreciate that insight. Dominique, let's hear from you. Same question.
I would say it's confidence. And I know what I need to do for that. I need to get my clothes out the night before and get dressed, because what I have a habit of doing is waking up early, getting my daughter's stuff ready, and then getting her out the door to go to school. So I'll just throw on like leggings and a coat. But I noticed the other day when I actually got dressed, I was just driving and I was like, I'm just going to make a video. And I made a video. And then what happened was, this guy who does, he has a small business, he does hauling. He goes to people's houses and he helps them haul stuff out. And he was like, hey, I seen your video. I had somebody who's cleaning out their house for their mom who passed away, and she's thinking about selling it. It's in East Oakland. Do you do the area? And so, of course I do Oakland, right? And so, just showing up, getting dressed just makes you feel like you can do it and do your content, do your videos. And so I think a lot of it is just when I get up in the morning, once I get dressed, I feel better and I feel good about myself and more motivated.
So what we're leaving behind is not getting ready. Like, what we're leaving behind in 2023 is like, so the new year is all about you getting ready, you being prepped, you being prepared, like you were going to the office, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Cool. Romel, let's hear from you. George, Larissa, and then we're going to move on topics. So Romel, let's hear from you. Romel, did you paint your wall?
No, I moved into a new place.
Okay. All right, big dog. Let's hear from you.
Yeah. It's a little bit slicker. So far, I mean, things I've heard, I feel like my list needs to grow a little bit, but what I wanted to initially say was I need to not be afraid to go to sleep. And what I mean by that is I tend to try to catch up on things late night, and I'll stay up late and I end up not being refreshed in the morning, ready to go, and it kind of puts me behind again. So it's a kind of vicious cycle of not being disciplined about getting enough rest so that I'm energized for the day. So I'm going to stop trying to burn the candle at both ends to help me get more focused and disciplined in the mornings.
You know what? I love it. I'm going back to my notes from the other day, like get into a sleep routine, get into a sleep pattern. Kenny is huge on his sleep patterns, and the dude gets 8 hours of sleep every single night, no matter what. But he also tracks his sleep. He knows how well he's sleeping. Everything's attached to the app. So I think that would be good for you, man. Like to really start tracking it, to making sure that you're getting at least 7 hours of sleep every single night, man. So I appreciate that contribution. I think that we all kind of fall into that sometimes. It's at those late nights reviewing disclosures, going over HOA docs to where you're like on the couch and you're like, fuck, I got to look through this, man. There's so many of those nights. And so I appreciate you saying that, Romel. George, let's hear from you, big dog. And then Larissa will go over to you, and then we're going to change gears.
Yeah, so I would say mine is time blocking. I've been harping on this on myself for months, is that I really need to work on time blocking and kind of just stop winging it and leaving the whole winging it part in 2022. So today I'm pushing myself to drive to Walnut Creek to Lauren McLean's accountability, because I saw someone, Monica from Compass, post about how she's been crushing it on the time blocking, and Adrian Realiza too. So I DM'd Monica from Compass, and I was like, what is this time blocking accountability you're doing? She told me that she's going to Lauren McLean's accountability. So I was like, you know what, I'll be there. It's in person. And then also I would say stop holding myself back and really push myself, because right now I've noticed when I have been starting to pick up more open houses, right now people's clients are swoopable. And I mean, I just closed a deal with someone's client that walked into my open house and was like, hey, like actually my client, I realized my agent isn't that great, but I'm like the conversation with you. So really pushing myself, because that was one of my biggest things, was I was like, oh, open houses don't really work for me. But as I've been pushing myself to do them lately, I've been just getting them in. I just swooped someone's client yesterday that was like, hey, my client or my agent isn't getting back to me. I like the way you talk to me at the open house. I want to work with you. So definitely pushing myself and stop being scared.
Man, I love it. And George, as much as we have talked about time management, and I don't believe in per se the words time management, I'm always about choice management, energy management. Well, everything that I do and everything that is important to me in life has a certain level of energy that is attached to that. So if I'm able to manage my calendar, I'm able to manage the amount of energy that I'm giving out to the world that I hold so sacred, right? So that's why my calendar is so dialed in. And George, I wasn't like this 5-7 years ago, right? I learned and I learned and I learned, but it has allowed me to really protect the things that are most important to me. And my energy is the most important thing to me. And so I love that you're doing this, George. I think that you're going to hit a new plateau in your life and in your business. So good stuff, man. Great contribution. Larissa, let's go to you. And then we'll wrap up with Michelle. Michelle, you have to have your camera on for this contribution. So Larissa, let's hear from you.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. So mine would be overthinking. I overthink everything, and that's what stopped me for so many years, because I overthink just everything, and I don't take action. So that is something I am leaving behind. I'm not gonna attach it to me. I'm gonna keep moving forward. And also, you know, the fact that I don't do the videos, I just overthink, oh, I don't have enough knowledge, or, oh, you know, just it's one excuse after the other. And I need to stop doing that. And I know that that's like my biggest fear, but I'm going to get past that. I do videos, but I don't do them as often. So that is what I am going to be leaving behind in 2022.
You know, Larissa, and I appreciate you saying this. You have to think about the ways that we communicate as a society now is vastly different from the way that we came up, right? I remember having a pager. I remember dimes. I remember payphones. I remember that era. I'm 43 years old. And so obviously times have shifted and times have changed. Video is a form of communication, right? And it's a way that people are receiving information at the highest level. And so in order for you to grow, you have to start communicating the way that people need to receive information. And a big part of that is going to be via video. And here's the thing, let's just do a quick survey. How many of you have been or doubted a video that you have ever created? Has that ever happened to anybody on this call? Have you ever doubted a single piece of content that you have ever created? It happens to all of us, right? It happens to all of us. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to create it. I know I'm consistent. I know that if I continue this journey, I continue to look introspectively, that I'm going to find something that is really going to connect with another human being. And that's all it is, Larissa. You're going to start to find your stride and it comes, but you have to do it consistently. So Larissa, I appreciate you being here, and Merry Christmas to you. I love the tree. Michelle, you left and then came back. Did you have a contribution? All right, cool. So we're going to move on from this topic. So you guys, I appreciate that. I want you guys to really release all the things that are not serving you as we move into this.
Sorry, Elias. I'm driving. I was on mute too. So I had to switch my camera on, and it restarted me over.
No, it's okay. You're driving. Be safe. But what's your contribution?
Oh, okay. So I was just thinking back to, like, over the years, I said I wanted to do so much. I want to do real estate. I want to travel. And I noticed that I haven't. Like, I guess my thing is commitment. Because what's that saying you guys say? Are you interested? Are you interested or are you committed? And I think I have been interested and comfortable because I have a job that I'm still working and I have my kids. So I think that's like has been my crutch to not really go all in, because I haven't sold anything and I can count like how many open houses I've done and I haven't really door knocked. So I'm like, I really need to commit. That has to be my thing for this year, like coming up.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. Are you interested right now, you guys? Are you fucking ruthlessly committed to this game, right? Like, are you just committed, hell or high water, I'm going to succeed? I absolutely love that. And I appreciate those contributions, you guys. Here's what I want you to do is I want to talk a little bit about the market, and I want to open it up to you guys so you guys can share your sentiment and share your thoughts. A couple things that I want to share with you, and I feel that it's important because I read an article from Swanspool. Swanspool stated that National Association of Realtors is really putting some scrutiny and taking a hard look on how realtors are paid in regards to commission. What they are talking about, and maybe this is going to happen in the next couple of years, what they're talking about is that they're talking about buyers to pay the portion of the commission that goes to the buyer's agent. Right now, if you list a home, say 5%, 6%, whatever market you serve, half of that typically goes to the buyer's agent and half of that typically goes to the listing agent. And it's been like that for so much time. Well, now as the industry starts to evolve and change, now they're saying instead of the seller paying you to bring them a buyer, that the buyer will pay for you as services rendered. And let me elaborate on this. As you start to grow in this business, the one thing that you need to be looking at is you need to look at your value stack. And if someone was to pay you a commission right now for your services, because we get asked that all the time, and a lot of consumers don't know. I've been asked that, what do you charge for your services, right? As we grow in this business, like think about your value stack, your tech stack, your ads of everything that you give to your consumer. Like, what is that worth? How much value is in your proposition right now? And if the tides were going to change, do you have enough value that you add to your consumers that no matter what, they're going to pay for those services? And I appreciate you putting that article in there. Andrew, did you have a chance to read this article? Did you have a chance to look at this article? And if so, what were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, so I think this has been a conversation for the last few years. There's been Department of Justice suit on it, on I guess where commission is coming from. And I think it's going to be more and more of a topic of discussion of who's paying the you as the buyer's agent, if the buyer's paying your commission. And I think some of the new forms that are coming out in just a week on the 20th are going to be disclosing in more detail on the buyer's commission, on what you are getting paid as the buyer's agent. And I think this is the important time of us as those who are helping with buyers, to make sure that we are providing value and being on our A game, so that we deserve the commission that we are getting paid, and that we are able to ask a buyer for a commission to be paid to us. But I think, so there's changes to the purchase contract that could change about the buyer's agent commission. So that's something that is going to be huge in the next few weeks. I think I was talking to Karina about it. So there's a new form as well too that's going to have you disclose, these are the properties that I made offers on for the buyers, and these are the commissions that the seller's agent is paying, for more transparency. So these are a lot of changes that are happening.
Yeah, huge changes, you guys, huge. But, and Marieke, I'm going to come to you right now. You have to think, like, what is my true value stack for a consumer right now? And what is my proven process? And we talked about this during business planning, you guys. All of you, if you've worked with, there's some people on the call that have done hundreds of deals, and there's people that haven't done their first deal yet, and everywhere in between. But each of us have a proven process. But is it documented? Is it illustrated? Have I made videos about it? Do people understand it? Is it illustrated in a way that they could choose? They could choose Andrew because, like, wow, Andrew has a proven process. He has a 1, 2, 3 buying process. He has an educational portal that explains comps, disclosures, and an RPA review. He goes through all of that. Wow, no other agent has done that for me. I like that. It's a proven process. Let's hear from you, Marieke.
Hey guys, Marieke here. So I think this is a huge opportunity for us to also get loud on our social with this, because, you know, when doing open houses, a lot of times buyers will come in and they just want to work with you as a listing agent because they think they're going to save on commission. Well, the old story has always been, well, actually, you don't pay me. Well, that's shifting now. So I think we've got to nail our buyer presentation. I think we got to be super clear about the value proposition starting now, because we'll no longer be able to make it about, oh, it's free. Well, it's never been free, right? They pay the full purchase price. It's just the way in which we message it. And the key is explaining to them the definition of agency. Like, why do you want me by your side? It's to advocate for you, to fight for you. And here are the specific things I can do about that. So I think there's huge opportunity for us to be super proactive about that and not wait for that shit to hit the fan, because it will happen.
You're absolutely right. Like, you need to imagine this right now. You're going on stage right now and the curtain opens, and the curtain opens and the MC comes out. Next on the stage is Dominique Curtis, and she's going to tell you all the reasons why you should choose her as a realtor. Stage is set. You have your mic, you have your podium. Ladies and gentlemen, hi, and welcome to the Miss Curtis Show. I'd like to share with you 5 things that I'm doing for my consumers right now. Can you articulate that? Right? Do you know what that value is right now? And can you articulate a proven process to a consumer right now? Because if you cannot, Vanjie can. And if you cannot, Lucy can. So this is a time where you need to say, you know what? My value proposition as a buyer's agent is fucking foolproof. Foolproof. And I'm glad that you guys are looking and researching and reading. This is a time where you guys spend 30 minutes every single day in Market Updates channel and Slack. Read some articles, get your mind working, get it fresh. Make sure that you are always on the other side of the corner, not waiting to make that turn. So appreciate you guys' contributions. Let's talk a little bit about the market right now. I'm going to open the mic up to 3 people, different markets. I want to hear what you guys are experiencing in your market and the conversations that you're having. A couple things happen in the marketplace that this is a great opportunity for you guys from an agent attraction side. In Southern California, we have Southern California agents on here, but you guys might know people in these markets. Corcoran Global Living just decided to close down all of their Southern California offices. That means that there's over 2,000 agents that are displaced from that company. Now, why is this a big deal? Well, we are expanding in Southern California. And so we are looking for opportunities to grow in these markets. So if you are in contact with somebody, or you know somebody that's down there, or shit, you want to simply go online and find agents and start calling them and say, hey, we have a great opportunity for you to join our family and join a growing company that's not furloughing and closing doors. We would love to have a haven for you, right? And I believe that this can be a haven for a lot of displaced agents. And so that's one thing in regards to the market about agent attraction. There's another thing about the market right now in regards to our consumers. I was reading a report here, and it said that 3.6% of active listings were delisted per week on an average during 12 weeks up to November 27, and that's in Sacramento. San Francisco, 3.4%, Oakland, 3.3%, and San Jose at 3%. Expensive cities and housing markets tend to have highest share of houses being delisted because the buyer pool has now reduced for the pricey homes, and meaning the sellers have less offers, less eyes on their home, and they're not willing to sell like they were willing to sell in the subsequent months. So here's an opportunity for your buyers. I am seeing opportunities in the condo market like we have not experienced in the last couple of years. You are seeing opportunities in outlining cities such as Stockton, such as Modesto, such as Tracy, that you're finding these huge opportunities for people. So I want you to really, really get granular with not only your cities, but let's say secondary markets that maybe were not on your consumer's radar. And being able to look at the data and being able to share with them trends, patterns, ideas, thoughts to open up their mind to maybe driving an extra 20 miles to really find the best opportunities for them. So I want you guys to find the segments where you're finding the biggest opportunities. I don't know about the San Francisco or the Sacramento condo market, but I'll tell you what, in San Francisco, there is a huge opportunity. Condos continue to decrease, and continue to decrease. So find those opportunities, those nuances. It's a great opportunity for you to create a video. It's a great opportunity for you to contact clients and say, hey, there's some new opportunities out there for you, and start shaking the tree for opportunities. So let's do this. I want to hear about the market in 3 different areas. I want to hear what your understanding of the market is right now, where it's heading, what are some of the patterns that you guys are seeing right now, and let's do this. I'm going to go to, let me see, cameras on. I'm actually going to go back to Andrew since he's in SoCal. Andrew, I want to hear from you, bro. What are you seeing right now? Give us a high level view of the market, some patterns, some nuances, and the communication that you're having with your consumers today.
Yeah. So with my buyers, I'm letting them know, hey, right now it's the holidays. I know you may be spending time with family and whatnot, and waiting until next summer for interest rates to drop or for inventory to come online. But this is a great time to go shopping, because right now in SoCal, there are still homes on the market that are sitting for 30, 45 days, and you aren't having to compete against 20, 30 other buyers and having to bid 10, 20% above asking like we've had before. And right now, if you decide to wait, and when there's more inventory, there's going to be, if you're going to wait and interest rates do drop, you're going to have to compete against everyone else that's been waiting, and everyone else, and that's going to be more competition on your end. And then if you wait and interest rates go up, then your affordability will decrease. In turn, prices will decrease as well too, but your affordability is also going to decrease. So it's still a good time to go shopping and still look at what's out there. You never know what you're going to find, and it's still a good time to go shopping. Yeah.
Andrew, let me ask you a question. We're looking for a condo in Irvine. Can you tell me anything about the condo market in Irvine, and what am I up against?
Yeah, so in the there's not a lot of condos here in Irvine. So the supply is going to be a little bit more limited. I think you're going to be able to find a 1 or 2 bedroom for about like $600,000 or so. A lot of my buyers that have been looking in Irvine and either have been getting priced out on the market or haven't been able to find anything, have been looking in other cities, like Lake Forest, which is right adjacent. It's still got great schools, a great neighborhood. The conditions are very similar, and you can find something a lot less expensive. You can get a 2-bedroom for about $500,000 for less than $600,000, condo, townhome even. and also looking at Laguna Hills, Aliso Viejos. There's a lot of other great options in the area, which aren't as expensive if you can't find anything that you like.
Beautiful. Well said, man. Well said. I don't know if you guys hear this level of confidence, this level of insight on the market, but I think that was a really, really good explanation of what's actually happening. Ilona, I'd love to hear from you. I don't know if you're frozen for a second. Oh, you're back. All right, cool. So Ilona, let's hear from you. I know that you specialize in the Bay Area. What are some things that you're seeing right now? What's the communication you're having with your consumers? Give us a high level view of how you're communicating about the market today.
Absolutely. So, we touch base on the fact that it's the holidays, but I like to remind my clients that everybody's taking a break during the holidays. So this is a really good time to curb the competition. And I have some buyers that are kind of like trying to take a break for the holidays, but I keep sending them properties and they're like, oh, okay, let's go. So I know that, you got to get your client list ready and understand who is needing to buy now, who is capable of buying now. And even though they're saying, oh, I think I'm going to wait till spring. Basically, all I hear from my clients is I'm going to wait till spring. But my return is, guess what? Everybody is waiting until spring. So this is an actual opportunity for us to curb all of because, I have buyers in Berkeley and that's still going 20% over asking. So I'm using the holiday excuse back at the clients by telling them that just because this is the holidays, everybody else is thinking the same way. And it's still an opportunity for us to get out there and maximize on less competition. And also just moving forward, what I'm doing in my CRM is everybody who says spring, I'm waiting till spring. A lot of people are waiting until they can file their taxes in January so that they could qualify for a loan. So just making sure that I'm marking everybody in my CRM and creating a task for January or February to make sure that I'm following up with those people. And I also started sending out like regular market updates. So what my lender sends me, I take it, I reword it, I add some things, and I learned how to do batch emails in my CRM. So I'm trying to stay top of mind, at least through some of this time that we have like dead space or other people really are just feeling like it's the holidays, but I'm still trying to stay top of mind. And just making sure that I'm ready for springtime by having my, to-do list of people that are going to be ready in January, February, calling people in January, reminding them, hey, you can file your taxes now. Let's do it.
I love this. I love this, Ilona. And for the people that don't know, let's just treat me as an out-of-stater. Why is the Berkeley market so demanding? And from your vantage point, why is it such an allure? Why is the prices always remain high in a city like Berkeley from your vantage point?
So I think that because Berkeley borders Oakland and Berkeley's school districts are just that much better, people tend to flock over that way in the East Bay, and there's just not enough housing for everybody. There's not enough single family homes. There's definitely some new condos coming out there that are nice, but they're basically the same price as a single family home. So it's I've been touring in Berkeley for 2 months with the same client. We've seen every single house on the market, and we put in a couple offers. They still, we put in an offer $110,000 over asking 2 weeks ago and got beat out.
Okay.
So, it's still hot, and it also depends on the area. I think Berkeley, Albany, Emeryville, those markets have not changed as much. Yes, you're seeing some price drops, but I think it's because people unrealistically priced originally. And so you're seeing some price drops, but then you're seeing these price drops and then they're not transparent. So they're doing a price drop, but still expecting about $100,000 more, and you're like, well, what's the point of the price drop if you're not gonna take the offer?
Yep.
But it is what it is. It's still hot, it definitely is. We don't have the inventory. It's just not there.
Let me ask you guys a question. If you guys were a consumer just having a casual conversation with Ilona right now, do you connect with what she's saying? Like, I personally do, because she puts it across in a way that it's really relatable. Like, there's her personality, her style, the way that she, provides information. I love it, Ilona. Good stuff. Dominique, let's go to you. Same question, and we'll start to come full circle on this. Tell me your understanding of the market right now, the conversations that you would have with the consumer today, and you choose your market, whether it's East Contra Costa County or whether it's Oakland or wherever you want. But tell me what you're experiencing right now and what the narrative is to your consumers. If you can find the mute button.
I'll touch on El Sobrani and Richmond, because that's where I've been doing all my appraisals. So I just got into the real estate stuff, so I haven't really worked with buyers and sellers yet. But I will say that price drop. So everything is going under asking. All my contracts that I've reviewed have gone under asking. And so the market has definitely softened there. And it's also, to be honest, I think it's just because so Berkeley, Oakland, Emeryville, and San Leandro, I think still sees the market as hot, only because of they're centralized to where the city is, and then also Silicon Valley. So you got that easy access to it, where Richmond and El Sobrani is going a little farther out. So their commute is just a little more, I would say, their commute is a little more longer. And you've got that MacArthur maze right there too, so that you got to go through. So I think also too that the other ones are a little more what I would call more ideal. So I've definitely seen a lot of the market soften there, and that's just because I've had most of my appraisals there recently. I don't know what's been happening, but a lot of the purchases are coming from that area, and I guess just because you can get in under asking. I mean, like way under asking. I'm talking 70 to 80,000 under asking, and that's golden right now.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it, and completely different angle here, because she, like she said, she's been an appraiser for many years, and so I love this insight, and I love the level of thought behind it. Let's go to one other person, Romel. I'm going to come over to you, big dog. I know you've been doing your studying. I know that you have been working hard behind the scenes, my man. So let's choose a market. You're in Solano County, correct? Romel?
No, I live in Oakland.
Okay, sorry, Oakland.
Yeah.
So tell us about Oakland market right now. What are you seeing? What is the patterns? What is the nuances? What's the communication that you're having with consumers today?
Wow, you really put me on the spot. I'm still claiming brand new on this. But what I am seeing just from conversations with my sphere of influence, people are still looking for single family homes in Oakland. There's a lot of searching in the downtown Oakland area near Lake Merritt, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of inventory available. There's a ton of rental properties going up in downtown Oakland now, so the rental market is still pretty active. So people are actually looking to rent more than buy right now. That's what I've been seeing. Love it,
my man. I appreciate your insight. And you know what? You are still new, but you're still growing. You're still learning. You're developing your chops, and that's what this is all about, man. And I'm glad that I put you on the spot, because somebody is going to see you at Whole Foods, and they're going to see this cool sweater that says "BU but fast" and fast real estate on the side. Be like, oh, well, how is the market? We're thinking about purchasing, and I want you to be on the spot here, so you're not on the spot with them. So good stuff. I really, really appreciate everybody's contributions. I thought this was great. As you guys are unpacking all of this stuff, I want you to go back to some of the original questions that we talked about today. Look at your habits, look at your routine or lack thereof. What is not serving you, and what are you going to be leaving in the rear view in 2023? Whether or not you grab the mic and answer that question, I want you guys to write that question down. I want you guys to come back to it, and I want you to really, really look at it and be like, okay, what is not serving me right now, and what can I break away from? Right? What is not serving me right? My lack of discipline is not serving me. My lack of workout routine is not serving me, and I'm going to leave that unhealthy behind me. Whatever that is for you guys, I want you to really, really get clear. And I also want you guys to understand that the path ahead is our responsibility to understand. We need to really be looking at all the data, looking at consumer reports, looking at industry reports, looking at national reports, looking at local reports, and getting into the know about, whether it's the daily hustle, whether it is Oakland side, whatever these articles are, we put everything into the market updates channel so you guys can sound very astute about what's happening, but it also takes time. It takes time for you guys to put it in your calendar, because what happens is that we get trapped in this hustle and bustle and this pulling of vortex of energy and all the stuff that we do. But I want you to take the time to make sure that you're educating yourself and that you're slowing down. So let's do this, you guys. Let's go around the room. Let's start to come full circle in this conversation. Tiger, let's hear from you, big dog. Key takeaways from our time together today for Keep It Moving group coaching. Let's hear from you, Tiger, and then we'll go over to you, Danny Gomez.
All right. Well, first of all, Elias, I just want to say a big thank you to you, man, that I don't want to overlook the fact that we have a leader that you're invested in everybody in the short time that I've been here. Insights, suggestions, emails, just coaching. Like you're a stellar guy, man. I just appreciate, I know this just doesn't come naturally. There's preparation and organization that goes into what you do. So I just wanted to say that real quick.
Thank you.
For me, key takeaway would be, in some of the trainings, I've heard that like, if you want an NFL salary, you have to train like an NFL athlete. So what I'm taking from this is like, I can't expect to have that kind of salary if I'm not prepared, if I don't know the market, if I'm not doing research, if I'm not looking at other areas, if I'm not staying relevant or current or checking Slack or just taking advantage of the resources. So that's one of the main takeaways for me.
Wow. I love it. I absolutely love that, man. I appreciate your contributions and thank you. Thank you for your kind words, man. I really appreciate that. Danny Gomez, let's hear from you, bro. Key takeaways from today's session.
Thank you. For me, the key takeaway is letting go of what's not working for us. One thing that I read, there's this on Instagram, it's called Business Unions, and they always have things that kind of speak to this. And one of the things that I read yesterday was being kind to yourself when you fail and moving past that and not letting that hold you back. We're all human. I know what I need to do, and sometimes I beat myself up for not being as disciplined or having a schedule. But I think the key thing is being able to be kind to yourself and move past that and become successful.
Wow. God, that's powerful. Powerful. How many of you, any time in your life, have ever been stubborn? Please raise your hand if you've ever been. I could look on the screen right now and I could look at tons and tons of stubborn people, but I'm not going to call you out. All right. But I know who you are. I know who you are. Here's the thing. I've been super stubborn in my life. I've been very stubborn. I've been stubborn in business and I've been stubborn in relationships. The moment that I was able to give up some of that and be able to say, you know what, that's not serving me, because at times you can be stubborn to a fault. You could be stubborn to a fault to where it is not serving you, but for some reason you are just so fucking stubborn that you cannot let it go and you miss opportunities. It's when you allow yourself to no longer be stubborn, to get out of your way, right? Like, think about a relationship. There's so many times where you just want to be stubborn. It's your way. No, fuck that. I'm right. But when you allow yourself to not be so stubborn, like, wow, I could actually be happy in this relationship. Get rid of the stubbornness. And I appreciate your insight. And Tiger's giving a thumbs up. Cynthia Peterson, let's hear from you. Key takeaways from today's session. And then I'm going to have Will wrap us up. So Cynthia Peterson, good to see you. Hopefully you are feeling better with everything that you've been going through. Key takeaways from today's time together.
I love the idea of letting things go. Earlier this month, I let go of being fearful of where the next commission check was going from, because as soon as one closes and we don't have something else in contract, we're unemployed. And I'm today supposed to close 2, so tomorrow I will be unemployed, right? I let go of that. And I was like, you know what? The universe has got my back. It will provide when I need it. And when I don't, that's when I need to take time and make sure my systems are in place. And having let go of that, in 1 week, I got 5 clients, 5 buyers that are hot to trot, have gotten pre-approvals, have gone and done the legwork. And it was just me letting go. So let go of those things that are not serving you and pick up reading, whether it's audiobook or physical reading, you guys. It is so nourishing. And even if you're not a reader, I used to hate to read. But Elias, when I came into leadership with Elias, I saw how many books he would devour. And I'm like, damn, there's got to be a reason this man is so successful. And I think a lot of it has to do with reading. And so I started picking up reading. And now, since the beginning of the year, I've read 9 books. And I hate reading. So, just letting go of things that don't help and picking up things that do.
I love it. I love it. And I'm on to a new one.
Blue Ocean Strategy.
If you guys don't have this book, please put this in your rotation. And you guys, I am a micro reader. I'll read 20 pages from this book, 10 pages from this book, 20 pages. Now I'm going back to that book. But I'll tell you what, that's just part of my life. But there was a time where it wasn't. So Cynthia, appreciate you. Will, I'm going to have you take us home, big dog. Rapid fire, key takeaways from today's time. And let's just do a quick survey, if you guys can, in the chat below. Mustache or no mustache? Let's get the survey down below going on Will's mustache. Mustache or no mustache? Will, take us home, big dog. Key takeaways from today's time together.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I like the mustache for now. We'll see. Really, I mean, you guys have heard the whole call, right? It's about releasing things that do not serve you. I think personally for me, one of my big takeaways here is that I'll perform even better if I keep my time blocking down. Whenever I sleep well and get up and I exercise, I'm on a routine. That systemized routine keeps me in a machine state. But working on yourself, and for me personally, not being tough on myself when things aren't going my way, that's something I've got to release. Being attached to how many deals I'm going to do, how many calls, how many escrows I'm going to have, being neurotic about the wheels. When things aren't always moving the way that you want them to, don't beat yourself up about it. For me, I'm very hard on myself. So releasing attachment to the way that I think it should be, and realizing that I don't have control over everything except for my time invested, my time blocking, my body, my mind, my spirit. So everybody here, there's a show on Netflix called Stutz, and it's about Jonah Hill interviewing his therapist and bringing the tools to everybody that changed his life. And it's about your body, people around you, how you're treating yourself. And it is just a really powerful special. And really the focus of that whole show is making power improvement. And it's a good resource for all you guys to check out as you're making tuning for the new year.
Man, I love it. I love it. So 3 things. So are you saying Stutz, S-T-U-T-S?
S-T-U-T-Z on Netflix.
T-Z. Okay.
It is powerful. Yeah.
All right. So there was a talk that that Daniel mentioned, business unions. There's a group on Instagram. Follow that. Stutz. Tim Urban, Inside the Mind of Master Procrastinator on TED Talk. You could find that on YouTube. These are some great recommendations. We'll go Dominique and then we'll go Joe Ellen to close out the room. Is that a new hand, Dominique, or an old hand?
Yes, it's new. I just wanted to touch on, since we've got a lot of people on here, the documentary of Our America Lowballed, talking about appraisals. My husband and I were featured on it because I'm an appraiser, yes, but we were lowballed on our appraisal. We were denied a loan. So we reached out to ABC7 and they did a segment on us and a few other families, and we made it like national. So we did a documentary on it, and it's on Hulu, and I think you can get it on Apple TV. And just would love for you guys to view it and kind of just realize and touch on the fact that these things do happen. So to really like go and be there for your client all the way, that's also knowing appraisals, getting the appraisal, reading through it, and don't just kind of get it and say, oh, okay, this is what it is. It came in low, or, it came in too high, because at the end of the day, we're here to advocate. And so I think that being able to watch that and analyze it in your head, you'll be able to be there for your client throughout the whole process,
Love it.
during escrow. And so if you guys can watch it and let me know what you guys think of it.
Our American Lowball.
Yes, Our America Lowball. It's on
All right,
Hulu.
cool. Awesome. Joellen, we have less than 30 seconds. Key takeaways or contribution. What was it?
Contribution. I want to thank my teammates that stepped up to help me raise toys for Casa so that we can bless them this season. Tomorrow night's my Casa event. I'm going to spoil the volunteers of Casa in El Dorado County. Thank you for being about contribution over competition. And if you think anybody is your competition in this team, you better let it go because it's not going to work out for you. And I have some new stuff coming in about farming that I want to train everybody on.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Why don't we do it? Why don't we do it next Wednesday? Take the mic.
Let's do it. Yeah,
right,
we're going crab. We're going to go crabbing and we're going to throw our pots out. We're going to catch a lot of crabs. Let's go.
Yes, yes, I love it. So you guys, listen, thank you if you're a guest here for your very first time. I appreciate that. Like I said, we're going to be chopping up reels from your guys' contributions to give back to you, to put on your social, to give your contributions more of a shelf life, because that is my thank you to you guys. I want to see you guys grow, and I want to grow this platform to even larger than it has become. So once again, you guys, thank you for your time, your energy, and your contributions. And as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and visions, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Peace.